Hey everybody, welcome to Franny's Hair. Today I'll be showing you 3 new Alexander Couture wigs in 3 new colors. And right now until the end of July, Alexander Couture wigs are 45% off over at frannyshair.com. So make sure you check them out. Now, as always, I show you these wigs right out of the box. I'm filming the introduction after I filmed the reviews of the wigs, so you'll see them right out of the box and you'll see exactly what you get. All right, let's get to the reviews. Okay, we're gonna start in no particular order, just the top one in the box. And this is Esme in Caramel Copper. Let me just open the box and show you how it comes. There we go. Pretty color. Okay. And we'll take a look at the cap first. I'm going to try to take these colors outside for you. It's a pretty stormy day, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to or not. Okay, so here is Esme in Caramel Copper. Wow. Nice, pretty long wig. Let's first take a look at the cap. Okay. So you have an extended lace front from ear tab to ear tab, and doesn't look like there's a seam between that and what they're calling the partial monofilament top. So you get a pretty wide area here to make parting in this partial monofilament top. You have your velvety ear tabs, your extended nape, and your Velcro adjusters, which look to be adjusted in a little bit. So I'm just going to move them out to the edges. I like to just make sure that I do it the same for each wig so I can give you a better idea of sizing. And now I'll just put her on without having done anything to her, right out of the box. Okay, right off the bat, she's fitting me very loosely. You can see here. So plenty of room to take her in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take her in a bit. Right off the bat, I'm going to say this will fit a larger head. Oh, and let me just check the stretch on the cap while we're here. Oh my goodness, plenty of stretch. If you have a larger head, I think that this could be a great style for you. I moved them in quite a bit to right where the tag is on each side. So let's see how that works for me. Yeah, it's definitely better. I could even take her in more. So I'm going to say if you have a petite head, this would probably be too large for you. You'd probably have to make some adjustments, so the wefts together or something like that. It definitely fits larger. Okay, wow, look at that. Gorgeous color. And what I noticed in this color, which we will talk about, is some of the highlighting there actually has cool tones, even though this is an overall warm-toned color. And we will talk about that. All right, before I do anything, I'm just going to spin and show it to you out of the box. There we go. Really pretty style. I love these waves. So pretty. All right, let's talk about the style. This is how they describe it. Esme from our Alexander Couture collection is a long length, heat-friendly wig, so you can change it up with heat if you want to. I personally love the waves the way they are. This wavy, ready-to-wear style is designed with elegance and movement. The flowing curls deliver beautiful body while remaining light and natural in appearance. And it does feel very light. For all of this hair, very light. This style is a glamorous style featuring soft, loose Hollywood waves that cascade effortlessly for a timeless red carpet finish. Esme balances classic glamour with modern wearability, crafted with a lace monofilament top. So let's take a look here at the lace front. Hopefully you can see that there. And the top has that partial monofilament. So she can be parted anywhere. You can use the heat to redirect fibers and keep your part in place where you want it. So you're seeing here, I can make a left side part, a right side part, and it came with a center part, which I like. For some reason, the center part to me feels more modern in look. I like it. Crafted with a lace monofilament top and an extended lace front, which we just took a look at, Esme offers a highly realistic hairline with versatile parting options and exceptional comfort. Made with heat-friendly fibers, this style allows for styling flexibility. Wear the waves loose and voluminous or refine them to suit your desired look. Now, before we get to the measurements for the wig, let me give you my measurements. My circumference is 21 inches. Ear to ear, I'm 12 inches. Forehead to nape, I'm 12.5 inches. My face is 8 inches long. My forehead is 3 inches. My neck is 3 inches. And the width of my face at the widest point is 9 inches. I give you all of those measurements so that you can compare your measurements to my measurements and get a better idea of how a wig is going to look and fit on you. Now, if you don't know how to take all of those measurements, no worries. In the description below, I will link a video where I show you how to take all of those measurements. All right, so let's talk about Esme's measurements. Her crown is 14.5 inches. Her nape, 16.5. Her fringe, 11.5. So let's pull this down. And my face is 8, so there must be a shorter piece in the front here. That's about 11.5. I don't know if that's 3.5 inches past my face, but something like that. And she weighs 6.88 ounces. So as far as numbers go, that is definitely a higher number, but she feels light. She does not feel heavy on my head. As far as density goes, I would say medium density, maybe on the lighter side of medium. And there may be some permatease in here. I can't really tell. Maybe like around here, I think I feel some. It's not a lot, but I do feel some. And I think it helps to give it that shape and probably hide the wefting as well. And as far as fit goes, as I said, this definitely fits larger. So if you have a larger size head, I think this would be a really good one. If you're a petite head, I would say you're going to have to make some adjustments to this wig to make it fit you. I consider myself petite average. I can definitely wear it. I could make it tighter than I did make it. I would probably bring the adjusters all the way in to fit me a little bit tighter. Okay, let's take a look at the ear tabs. I got to get all my hair out of the way. All right, so looking at the ear tabs here, anything that's gray is my hair sticking out, and it's pretty obvious against the red, so you can see it, but you get really good coverage. And as far as the length of the ear tab comes down to here, which is lower than most wigs on me. It's, if I lift the ear tab up, it's coming to right about here on me. And then as far as where the cap sits, and this is always, I like to check this, there is space between the bottom of my cap and the top of my ear. And the reason I like to check for that is because if there isn't space between the bottom of the cap and the top of my ear, if the wig moves, it can rub and cause irritation. But there is space between the top of my ear and the bottom of the cap on this wig, so that's really nice. All right, let's try on the glasses under the ear tabs. No issues. Over the ear tabs. No issues. Could wear them either way. And let's talk about the color. Caramel Copper. This is a warm, highlighted color. It's not rooted. And if you have not seen our color charts yet, head on over, take a look. Not only do we give you a picture of the color in the swatch and the description, but we've added tags for whether or not a wig is rooted, highlighted, and if the tone is warm, neutral, or cool, or some combination thereof. So you get that extra information to help you out, because I know color can be so difficult. Also, if you are curious about warm, neutral, and cool tones and which would be best on you, I did do a video on how to find your skin undertone and how to use that information to choose better wigs for you. And I will link that in the description as well. Okay, so caramel copper, a warm highlighted color. You can see the highlights there. Caramel copper is a radiant one-tone caramel copper shade enhanced with ultra-fine cream blonde highlights to add definition and texture throughout. And if you look at the highlights, you can see that the cream blonde highlights are cool in tone. So that, to me, says that this will fit a variety of skin tones, because you do have those cool pieces with the overall warm tone. The delicate highlights are seamlessly blended, creating dimension and movement while maintaining a smooth, cohesive color story. And I think this is just a beautiful color. Okay, here we go, caramel copper, and you can really see those cool toned highlights in there, and then your warm tone coppery color. So pretty. I'm going to just try to turn so you can see her in all lighting. It's a little overcast today. Beautiful color. Look at those curls or waves. Oh, let me take you around my head. Okay, so to style Esme, the first thing I would do is just turn her upside down a little bit and run my comb through her. I like to do that. Be gentle, you don't want to pull on the fibers. This is just to get the fibers off the cap, and usually when I put it back on after this, I'm going to spritz her a little. She'll look a lot bigger. And then I can mold her the way I want. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got some softness in her now, and you can see she looks a lot bigger because I've combed through her upside down like I did and spritzed her a little bit. And you can use styling products if you want to. At this stage I don't, and I really don't like to use too much in the way of styling products in my wigs. Just a little bit here and there if I think it's going to enhance the look. So, I mean, she would be beautiful just like this. I could put on a headband with her, and that would be really so darling. I could, if I wanted to, maybe just pull out some front pieces like that and put her half up, half down. That would be really pretty, and you could do that on both sides. I'm starting to play with my wigs more. I never considered myself very good at styling, but I actually like to play with them now and see what I can come up with. That'd be really pretty too. Because you have this length, I mean, you could braid her if you wanted to. You could put her in a ponytail in the back and bring out some pieces in the front. I always like to soften around the face with just a few little tendrils there. And you could put it up with that same look in the front. Also, I like to, on a really long style, sometimes I like to bring the ponytail to one side. I think that looks pretty too. So many things that you can do with Esme. The possibilities are endless. Okay, next up is Franky in Butter Biscuit Blonde. Hopefully you can see that there. And here we go. Another long lady. Okay, so here she is, Franky in Butter Biscuit Blonde. And we will take a look at the cap first. Okay, so again, You have this extended lace front and this partial monofilament here. It's open wefted. If I didn't say that about Esme, she's also open wefted. You have your velvety ear tab, your extended nape, and your Velcro adjusters. And let's look at the stretch. And again, plenty of stretch. We'll see if this one fits the same way Esme did. Okay, and again, I am not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to put her on. Yeah, definitely plenty of room. Again, I'm going to say fits like Esme. And I think we might have a little bit of box hair with these bangs here. So I would have to work with that. Or maybe they're just a little bit long. Maybe trim them. For now, I'm going to just brush it. Try to brush it to the side. Yeah, I'm going to brush it to the side right now. But I would work with those bangs a little. And box hair can happen on any particular wig. If you're on the wig journey and you've bought enough wigs, you're going to come across box hair. And there's many ways to fix box hair. If I look at the stock photo, they have the fringe going to each side like that. I would probably use some heat to make it lay exactly like I want to. This is a heat-friendly wig, so that's not an issue. Okay, so before I do anything to her, let me just spin and show you the style right out of the box. Pretty. I like these long waves. Now the waves in this seem looser than in Esme. Esme had a little bit more curl to them. Okay, so let's see what they were going for with this style. It says Franky from our Alexander Couture collection is a medium long length heat friendly wig. This wavy ready to wear style is an effortless beach waves paired with soft elongated bangs for a relaxed polished finish. And the bangs are longer. So if you wanted to wear a full-on bang, at least for me with a 3-inch forehead, I would have to trim them a little bit. But that could be a really cute style as well. The lived-in texture creates natural movement and volume, offering a modern wearable look with an understated sense of glamour. I'm going to spritz it with a little water here so we can take a look at these waves a little. Get it moving a little off the cap. There we go. Designed with a lace monofilament top and extended lace front. Here you go. Here's your lace front. Hopefully you can see that there. Nicely done. And then you have the monofilament top again. So it came parted here, but that partial monofilament top gives you a lot of parting space. So you could part it on either side. It's really a nice option. There you go. So you have plenty of room to make your part exactly where you want it. Franky provides a realistic hairline, flexible parting, and all-day comfort made with heat-friendly fibers that allows for customizable styling. Enhance the waves, smooth them out, or add your own personal touch. All right, her measurements. Her crown is 15 inches, so the crown's a little bit longer than Esme. Her nape, 11 inches, so the nape is shorter by about 5.5 inches. Her fringe, 5 inches. That makes sense since my forehead is 3. And she weighs 5.29 ounces. And again, she does not feel really heavy. She feels light for all of this hair. I'm going to say medium density, maybe on the lighter side of medium, but medium. And I think I may feel some permatease around here. Not a lot, but some. Probably there to hide the wefting. And as far as fit goes, as I said, definitely on the larger side. So I would say average to large, you're fine in this wig. If you're petite, again, you'd probably have to make some adjustments. All right, let's take a look at the ear tabs. Now these ear tabs seem a little bit higher than Esme's. Oh, well, Nah, about the same as Esme's, right there on me. And when I look at where the cap comes behind, I have plenty of space between the bottom of the cap and the top of my ear back there. So it's not rubbing on my ears. Very comfortable. And as I did not take this one in, but I would take the adjusters in with my petite average head. Let's try on the glasses. Under the ear tabs, no problem. Over the ear tabs, no problem. Let's talk about Butter Biscuit Blonde. This is a warm, neutral color. It has both warm tones and cooler tones and would fit a variety of complexions. I think when I stand back, I would say it's a little more warm than cool, and that's why I'm calling it warm/neutral. It's rooted and it's highlighted. You see there, you can see some cool tones, and then of course the warm ones. It's described as Butter Biscuit Blonde, features a soft, pale chocolate root that melts seamlessly into a luxurious blend of buttery and biscuit blonde tones. This beautifully balanced mix creates stunning dimension and depth, offering a refined, multi-tonal finish that feels both natural and elevated. And I do think it has a natural feel to it. It's so pretty, this color. Okay, so here we go. Butter Biscuit Blonde. You can definitely see the warm tones and some cool tones in there. Overall, I would say warm, but we're calling this warm neutral because there are those cool tones, and I think it would look great on many complexions. Such a beautiful color. Okay, so to style Frankie, I'm going to do the same thing I did when I started out with Esme. Turn her upside down. Just get the fibers loosening up off the cap, combing through lightly. Careful not to snag the fibers. There we go. And I will just put her on. I tightened the adjusters because I find it easier to style if she's fitting better. And I did not do that with her when I first put her on. Okay, so you can see already you get like more volume, a smoothness. Now if you want the separated waves or curls that were in her before, you can certainly do that. Scrunch her with some sea salt spray or whatever you like to do. I actually like the softened curls and waves. Now I do have the issue of this box hair, which I'm going to try to work with a little bit. She's heat friendly, so you can use your heat tool of choice. Just make sure to follow the manufacturer guidelines on the amount of heat that you can use. For Alexander Couture wigs, they say to keep the heat at 300 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. So just make sure the heat tool that you're using matches that guideline. Okay, so I have my air styler here with the curling iron option on. And what I'd like to do is just get this piece to stay back more. I'm going to try, and I'm not sure. You guys might cringe if you know how to style, you know me. But I'm going to try curling her back that way, away from the face, and see what I get. And if I don't like it, then I will try something else. I have her on medium heat, and I'm going to put her on low fan. Let her heat up for a few seconds. And I'm going to put the cool shot on. Because with the heat-friendly fibers, you really have to set the curl with a cool shot or let it cool in place. And that will set your curl. And normally I would do this on a mannequin head. It would be much easier, but I'm trying to show you. So I still need to step it up a little more it didn't quite do what I wanted. And you know, it's trial and error. I like to show you the real deal here. I am not great at styling, and if I can do it, anybody can. That's what I always say. All right, so that was on medium heat. I'm going to turn it to high heat, but I'm going to use for less time. I don't want to singe the fibers. All right, so I'm going to put her in like that. And turn off the cool shot and turn on the low fan. And now I'm going to turn on the cool shot. I didn't go quite as long. I was a little nervous. Yeah, that definitely curled it more. So with this, I would have to use the high heat and just, you know, be mindful of the time. But that definitely made a difference. All right, so now I'm going to do the other side here. Same idea. And let me see, are those the only short pieces? They are. I'm just going to put this on here. Yeah, make sure the cool shot's off. Turn the fan on low. And switch it to the cool shot. I did that one really fast because I felt there wasn't as much hair here and I felt it heat up pretty quickly. Better safe than sorry, so I always do a little less and I can always add more. Okay, much better. Now the bangs stay out of my face. All right, so for styling, you could wear a headband. I'm going to do a lot of the same stuff for these wigs because, you know, they're similar. And also, if you wanted, if you wanted, you could pull back the hair and then put the headband on so that it pulls back the sides a little bit for you. Kind of like a half up, half down kind of look. That would be cute too. Then, of course, you could leave out some front pieces and do maybe a barrette or something like that. Half up, half down. And again, you could do that on both sides. Very pretty. And you have plenty for the ponytail if you want, or an updo of some sort. And then in the front, you have these cute bangs, but you could also pull, you know, some longer pieces as well. I think that would be really pretty too. Okay, so this is Frankie in Butter Biscuit Blonde, and now let's move on to the last wig. And the final wig in the collection is called Slone, and we have her in Mocha Mousse. Let's take a look at this color. Okay, a nice straight lady. Slone in Mocha Mousse. Okay, let's take a look at her cap. Looks like the same cap construction. We have that extended lace front. Goes directly into your partial monofilament. There's no seam in between, which is really nice. You have your open wefting and your velvety ear tabs, extended nape, and Velcro adjusters. Let's make sure the adjusters are all the way out. I have a feeling that since the cap construction is the same as the other two, that the sizing will also be similar. All right, so let's put Slone on. Okay, I'm going to say fit-wise, it's pretty much the same. It may be slightly snugger, not really much though. So again, average and large headed ladies, I think these wigs will fit you. What a beautiful style. Got the straight hair here. All right, let's see what they say about Slone. And Slone looks just like she does in the stock photo right out of the box. Slone from our Alexandra Couture collection is a long length heat friendly wig. So another heat friendly wig, if you wanted to add curls to her, you definitely could. This straight ready to wear style is a sleek modern lob, which is a long bob, that embodies effortless sophistication. Beautifully cut with invisible, subtle face framing layers. Oh, interesting. Let me see. Invisible, subtle face framing layers. Oh, yeah, there are some shorter layers in there. I didn't even notice it at first. This precision design encourages natural shape and fluid movement while maintaining a clean, polished silhouette. Designed with a lace monofilament top and extended lace front. So here you go. You can see the lace front there. And then you have that partial monofilament. So you're going to be able to part it pretty much wherever you want. Got a wide range here. There you go. Definitely a wide range of parting. Slone offers a realistic hairline, flexible parting, and exceptional comfort for everyday wear. Crafted with heat-friendly fibers, this style allows for styling versatility. Wear it smooth and refined, or add soft texture to personalize your look. This is right out of the box, and I could spritz it. And with the straight styles, I really like to turn it upside down and comb it out. Actually, you can do that with any styles. And it just adds some life to your wig. So, you know, I show it to you out of the box, but really play with the wig. Make it your own. You can see here, it already has more fluidity just by running my fingers through it. So don't forget to play with your wigs. As far as measurements, her crown, 14.5 inches. That's like the first wig we saw, Esme. And the nape, 9.5 inches. So that's the shortest nape yet. The fringe, 16 inches. So, 8 inches beyond my face. Or twice of my face. And she weighs 6.35 ounces. And just like the others, she feels light for all of this hair. She does not feel really heavy. Density-wise, I'm going to say she's lower density. And I can't tell if there's any permatease. I'm not really feeling any permatease. Yeah, I don't think I'm feeling any. And then as far as fit, as I said, I would need to take the adjusters in. And I would say she goes average to large. Let's take a look at the ear tabs. Okay, so you can see good coverage. Anything gray here is my hair coming out. You have the ear tab coming down to the same spot, which if you look at my ear, it's right here. And then behind, again, I have space between the bottom of the cap and the top of my ear, so it's very comfortable. And let's try the glasses on. Under the ear tabs, no problem. Over the ear tabs, no problem. Okay, let's take this color outside. Okay, so here we are with Mocha Mousse. You can see out in natural lighting here, all the highlights going through. It's rooted, and you do have some cooler toned highlights that are running through. I would say overall, the tone, if you stand back, is warmer, but you do have some cool tones in there. So again, this could go for a variety of complexions. Let me take you around the head. Kind of played with this and made it a little messy. Yeah, pretty color. I think I'm matching my house. Let me turn this way so you can see just greenery behind me. You can see the colors. So pretty. Okay, styling for Slone. Again, upside down, spritz her with some water. Just get those fibers off the cap. And you could do it with a comb if you want. With the straight styles, I like to run my fingers through it. All right. And let's put her on. There we go. And when you're putting on your wig, just a reminder to set your hairline in the right place. If you have it too far back, it can look funny. And if you have it too far forward, it can also look funny. So you can either go by your natural hairline, or if you don't have one, the rule of thumb is about 4 fingers above your eyebrow there. So my hairline has been moving back, so I use my fingers to just figure out where I want my hairline. And you can also adjust your wig and change the hairline based on what features you want to accentuate on your face or things that you want to de-emphasize. If you have a large forehead, for example, you can put your hairline lower and it'll make your forehead look smaller. Or vice versa, if you have a short forehead and you don't have hair showing, you could move it back and make your forehead look larger. And I did a whole video on ways to wear your wigs to accentuate certain features and de-emphasize others. So I will link that in the description as well. All right, as far as styling Slone, she's so pretty and elegant straight. Of course, we can put in the headband if you wanted to. That would be pretty awesome. If you wanted to pull her back and leave some front pieces out. I always like to leave the front pieces out. I feel like it not only looks really feminine to have a few pieces there, but if I were to pull it all back, I just don't like the look of the edge like that. I like something that covers that and just softens it. So just a few pieces out in front and then pull it back, and I think that looks so pretty. You have plenty of length if you want a ponytail. And I said the density on this, did I say medium? Judging by the ponytail size, I'm getting definitely medium density. I wouldn't call it low density. And it's nice for the straight style to have that density. It doesn't look really big and voluminous, but it does have, you know, a decent amount of fibers there. So you could wear her in the ponytail, as I said, or up in the back and then pull out a few pieces up front if you like. And if you want, you could even trim some front pieces if you don't want your front pieces as long. All of these wigs, because of their length, have plenty of styling possibilities. So there you have it, 3 new Alexander Couture wigs. We had Esme, Franky, and Slone in 3 new colors: caramel copper, butter biscuit blonde, and mocha mousse. I'd love to hear what you think of these wigs and of the colors in the comments below. And don't forget, right now until the end of the month, all Alexander Couture wigs are 45% off over at frannieshair.com. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Remember to make it your own, and I'll see you soon.